break as soon as we go live. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Oh, hey. Hello, YouTube.
Ciao.
Oh, no. Look at that. We already have someone in the chats thinking that I was going to do the show alone. No, Stephen. No, she's here. She's here. Casey.
Hello, Stephen. I'm here. I'm queer, and I'm absolutely full of fear that Tony is too high to do this show.
Listen, that might not be untrue. I don't know.
We'll
see.
see.
I don't think that you even appreciate it. The clarity of my eyes the last couple of weeks while doing this podcast. So I'm just saying.
Well, we'll see how this one goes, and then I can be retroactively appreciative.
Well, now I feel like I'm back.
Last.
You know what I mean? Now I feel like it's like, oh, hello. It's like, it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
But you said,
can you ride a bike?
You said I was aggressive, and actually, I think that's a little bit
aggressive,
racist and misogynist of you to say that I'm aggressive. You're calling me what? A mad, angry Latina woman? Is that what you're saying?
Like Sarah Huckabee Sanders once said last night, there's normal and then there's crazy. Okay, and I think we can tell which side is normal and which side is crazy.
Yeah, I've never felt so young. Hello, YouTubes. We are back again for another podcast for you. And of course, we've been talking for a full 45 minutes before this. So should we just go ahead and do the show?
Yes.
All right. Well, hold on.
Oh, well.
I'm going to give you a little. I'm going to do like a 4, a 3.
Hello, everyone out there, and welcome back to the Gay Power Half Hour, the only gay podcast on the internet that's like a Chinese spy balloon because we can get really high with your espionages, Casey Lai, and...
Yeah, I'm pretty high. So, Tony Soto here. Wow, the spy balloon. Listen, it was a jam-packed week here in Americas, in the Northern Americas.
I mean, so much went on, so many balloons. I thought it was going to be like a gender reveal thing, but it turns out it was a spy balloon. And who knew? I thought when we shot it down, it would be, all of the, I don't know. I was going to say like the dead babies that China doesn't want because they have too many people. Wasn't that a policy one day? Okay, this was a weird start, but here I am still going for it.
Here's my thing. I'm appalled by how appalled America was. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, China's got satellites way higher than that balloon that is looking way closer at the shit that you're into. All right, America. We all love our iPhones. Where you think those are made? China. We all love the fucking TikTok.
We don't all love it, but you love TikTok.
Listen, you learn on it, and that's the thing too. That's what America doesn't want you to learn, and China's like, we'll learn them. But I'm just saying, it's like that balloon was obviously a flex. All right, that balloon was oh hey, we got it like that. We can just send you 3 buses worth of fucking equipment and fly it over your dumbest states.
I mean,
we're going to fly over fucking Montana, and what's going to happen? We're going to see a bunch of Montanans.
Yeah, but
in the balloon.
No, there are a lot of
showing them America's real good assets, that real good public education.
No, there are a lot of
Trying
missiles.
to shoot it down with their fucking their dad's Colt 45s or whatever. Is that a beer? What is it? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's a beer and a gun, which is very an American thing. It's not just a beer; it's also a gun. You can shoot it and I'm dead. I think first of all, the Rockies are full of like missiles that we've stuck in there, over the Cold War years to be closer to blow up, the closer parts of Russia. So like it was flying over things, and it's not good to have a spy balloon, but also it's a balloon. Why are we scared of balloons in this days? Haven't people been using balloons to do dumb stuff for, centuries? Also, I feel like the hubbub is misplaced because weren't there balloons flying all over the country when Trump was in the White House and he wasn't doing
but he was on
it?
the teat of China. Like his daughter had gotten all those branding deals. Like he loved China. He said China. He liked to say the word China.
But he hated China. It gave us the
but he
virus.
liked the money that he was getting out of China. So therein lies the fucking problem with the whole situation. But like here's what I just don't like. People try to rewrite what happened. I mean, Biden wanted to shoot it. Now, granted, we didn't know how long it had been flying in the air before they let us know. And that's another fucking thing. We ain't got no business knowing shit like that. The response was a lot of people mooned that fucking balloon. Listen, the less idiots we tell about what's flying in our skies, the better. All right, the better, because their responses are not productive. And why are we scared of it's the slowest floating thing in the world? Well, we know if it's coming down.
Well, but like also if you shoot it down, because it's not just like a balloon, it's like a big apparatus.
Shoot it over the fucking land. That was.
But it could. If it landed on one fucking cattle rancher with staging a protest over the government taking his land, then the Republicans would be like, the Chinese and Americans colluded to kill the libertarian cattle ranchers in Montana, and everyone knows that the libertarian cattle ranchers in Montana are the most American and the best libertarian fucking cattle ranchers in the world, and so we got to protect them against Chinese balloons and fucking socialists like Joe Biden's missiles.
Yeah, well, all the while, fucking, there are statistics on how many shit bags fall from a Delta plane and fuck up somebody's house because that's the friendly fucking skies. You know what I mean? Either way, it's an inconvenience. But I think also it was, do it over water so that way you can salvage as many pieces as you can. I didn't even care. I didn't even care about this. I'm like, first of all, they tell you everywhere we should be learning Mandarin. So maybe take that into consideration. All these. No one's telling us we should be out there learning more English. All right. So
well, there's a lot of people out there who need to learn some English, even in this country. And I don't mean the Spanish speakers by any means. Learn much Spanish. I mean the English speakers. But the other thing is, I know it's a balloon. Couldn't we have just like everyone? Oh, we have to be over water. We don't want to. Hey, can't you just like blow at it and like make it go in a different direction? Make it go up. Blow at it. Make it go up further. Make it go to Arctic. Check out the Arctic.
But
leave
also,
South Dakota alone.
Why didn't we just get in a chopper and then someone can like?
That's what I'm saying. Give it a lot of air.
This could have been way more fucking like Hollywood. If this was Trump actually fucking let it happen. So it didn't tell us a goddamn thing. But I also was reading that the reason why, because Trump is like, that never happened on my watch. It's like, well, there's a good chance that they were like, just don't fucking tell him. Because he's an idiot, and
he'll talk about it.
And he'll talk about it. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're taking fucking balloons out of there from China."
Yeah,
and
it's probably coming with the virus on it. I mean, that was also said too, like by like a congressperson. Maybe it has a bio weapon on it. Like, yeah, I mean, maybe it does. Maybe
Fingers
it does.
crossed. Then yes, bring it down over
Kill us
Montana.
all.
You know what I mean? Like, fucking can't take a trip down to Ohio then first, all right? Because there's a good chunk that could it would be fine if there was a Stephen King novel situation, you know.
Speaking of a good chunk, yeah.
So is the State of the Union strong, Casey? That's what we have to ask this week because big news. Dark Brandon, our president, our duly elected president, Dark Brandon Biden.
Yeah.
Kind of slayed.
I mean, as much as an 80-year-old white guy can come on out and slay, I would say he definitely didn't have to sashay away.
He's a cool grandpa, and I think that his grandkids like try to keep him privy of the things. You know what I mean? I don't know how cool the grandkids are. I don't follow.
Well, we know Hunter was pretty darn cool. I mean, he was into a lot of cool stuff. So I would imagine the kids are pretty cool too. Hunter is like, he's down to fucking party. Fuck and party at the same time. Okay, party and play. He's a party and play kind of guy. And that's the kind of presidential son I can get behind.
I don't know the things that we have to say to make that not suable, but allegedly and maybe
I'm pretty sure from what I've seen on the laptops and the TikToks so far, he fucks and he does crack. He said it. I don't think I'm just stepping off on an illegal limb here. I'm saying this Hunter Biden, whom I love, and I want to see more of his laptop just because I want some ideas for later on. Got to learn how to talk to my employees one day.
Look, in perfect fashion, in perfect centrist cuck fashion, you literally are taking the attention away from Joe Biden and you're putting it on fucking Hunter and his laptops when we should be talking about what a great State of the Union address he did.
I was just talking about how cool the Bidens are in general. From Jill looked great. She wasn't wearing any fucking weird coat. She was just looked like a good looking first lady. Cool, fun, hip. Joe Biden flashing that smile while taking down Republicans bit by bit, baiting them to fucking freak out. And then Hunter Biden, who does crack and fucks women on tape. Like, what a cool family. They got a lot going on for them, is all I'm saying.
I mean, look, they've done a lot of good stuff for cancer.
They're moonshotting cancer. They do crack.
I mean, this is the thing. What we saw at the State of the Union is we saw a man who's been in politics for so long. Like, first of all, pointing out glassy-eyed, almost dead Mitch McConnell. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like, someone, like, literally, can we take... It looked like he had two very small, cloudy monocles over his eyes. And I think like someone shook him a little when they said his name, because I think now he just sleeps with his eyes open. Scary. This is the thing. These career politicians look scary after a certain while.
Not Biden. That smile's still worth $1 million.
Yeah, but how old is McConnell? He's older.
He's younger. He's like late 70s.
No,
I think so.
That's embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Republicans age worse because of their black hearts and their crippled souls.
Yeah, there's only so many wishes you get from the troll under the bridge or whatever. I don't know how they get their power, but I'll tell you.
Can't imagine McConnell's a big Kiehl's skincare guy.
But he looked terrible. He looked terrible. But we saw a man who knows how to talk to both sides, and I think that he also knows how to be like, some of his shade is like, look, it's not all you Republicans. Like, I know that it's not all of you. I'm not saying that this is a majority of this isn't what you're all like platforming by any means. That's not what I'm saying, my friends on the right. I'm saying there's some of you.
And he's not wrong.
I'm happy to email you all the shit so you can see.
And or I'll just edit down the tape from afterwards, and I'll show you the ones who are jumping out of their seats calling me a liar. I think maybe that's kind of the group that I'm talking about right now.
I mean, what his first thing that he said right off was, Speaker of the House, I don't want to ruin your reputation, but I look forward to working with you.
Yeah, smooth move.
Like he knew, because here's the thing, it's no secret that McCarthy is a stupid person. Like everything that I read is that he's a stupid person, and all he really wants, he's very Trump in the way that he just wants the title, which is wild because he's very close to the presidency.
Third in the line.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like for that's like, and we saw someone who was just interested in title that got the presidency, and we saw what he did with that. Like, how about all that fucking debt adding to the deficit, calling out the 25%, and everyone do we just yell now? Do we just yell at the president now?
I mean, so I mean, that's, we're talking about that, but the decorum, the alleged decorum of the State of the Union was the Republicans, crossed that line when they shouted, "You lie" at Obama. Now, honestly, but Biden
had to apologize.
Yeah, but that shows you how fucking far things have gotten, and also I almost don't care. Like, watch in Britain, it's the parliament
makes it for better.
But also Biden looks tougher and better, and even than Obama did back then, when Nancy had to glare out there and be like, "Who the fuck was that?" and because it was so shocking, because it's never been done before, and also it was a black president and it's never been done before. That was a disrespect. But now we're not expecting this side to not be a bunch of racist hootenanny assholes, and they were clearly born and raised in a barn. That's why they don't shut doors when they enter into places, because they were born and raised in a barn. And why they're at a presidential speech, they're gonna yell a lot. And Biden wants that, but Biden also wanted that. He looked fucking great. And apparently I was reading, he gets his energy from mixing it up with people. So behind, the whole family does crack, and honestly it makes them a better family. But you try fucking running the world at 80 without crack, okay?
I mean, who could?
Trump did Adderall, and look what that did. Adderall is worse than crack, is I think what the takeaway from this is. The point is that I don't remember what my point was, but it was striking how good he got as that went. It was like an hour and a half speech, and it just kind of rolled and got better. And I think the length was almost on purpose. It was to show to everyone, be like, I can do this for an hour and a half. You all thinking I'm old, and look, he's old. I get it. He's old. His poll numbers are not amazing, but we were talking about this beforehand. In 2019, when he fucking started his bid, he was polling at 4% or something. So he's proven the naysayers wrong before, and he continues to be effective. And doing things, some things unpopular on the left, a lot of things unpopular on the right, but he's getting things done. And honestly, at this point, I'm part of that fucking caucus. That's if I can get things done, progressive things done, as much as we can, and I'll vote for whoever can make that fucking happen.
I just think that if we've lowered the bar in this situation, because the Obama thing was a scandal, truthfully, it was, and then it was real for a moment. Mm-hmm. Was it racist? Was it not racist? That was the whole conversation. Mm-hmm. But if no one fucking said shit to Trump every time he fucking got up and stumbled through something with a bunch of bullshit lies.
I mean, Nancy ripped up his speech, so it's like this. I mean, the State of the Union has gone from decorum to
liar, liar, liar. From the
it was better.
We're saying fentanyl is your fault, and I'm just saying no one did that to Trump, and so. But if that's the bar now, here's whose presidents don't know how to fucking take being heckled. Republican ones. Yep. You know what I mean? Could you imagine if it was all hands on deck razzing Trump when he fucking was trying to give a speech, gold,
I mean, you have to give the Democrats credit. Over the last fucking 6 years, they've realized they've had to, I mean, more than that, in the Obama era, the other side is just full on hypocrisy at all times. Doesn't matter what was said 3 seconds ago. They will say the exact opposite thing if it gives them some sort of, makes them look somewhat better. They don't give a fuck. And so the Democrats have had to learn to fucking, keep their shit together, because the other side will use literally anything they can and throw it as monkeys throw shit at each other, So like, I'm proud of the Democrats for having that self-control, but it also that's what, that's the difference between the two sides. One side is pure fucking id emotions, and the other side is fucking like trying to get things done.
But we saw some real politics. We actually saw President Biden get something done during the State of the Union, because President Biden is very aware of how dumb this new crop of fucking representatives are. They don't fucking know their job. They don't know the Constitution. They don't know politics. And they were voted in by the same kind of people. So he brought up Social Security and Medicare because, like, that's what everyone wants to know. Like, is all the money that we have been paying in from the moment we were able to get a job, is all of that suddenly not ours anymore because maybe one of the parties gambled our shit away, and now we have to fucking figure out how we're going to take care of the old.
Yeah.
Don't think that some of their fingers weren't fucking crossed behind their backs when all the fucking COVID was taken out, people. They're like, whoo, they were dodging some bullets.
Yeah.
But Biden is very smart, because he was like, yeah, you're right, guys. I'm not saying that that's what all of you Republicans are into. Like, I'm not saying that's what all of you are. I'm saying that what it is you have some people in your group that are saying that, and I can prove it. So let me prove it. And then he got everyone to do an ovation that they would never touch Social Security and Medicare again. And he was like, hey, I think we just did that, right? In front of the American people at that moment, was like, hey, look, that was pretty bipartisan,
The State of the Unions are not supposed to be good or entertaining, and I'm not saying this was entertaining, but it certainly was the most kind of eventful one in modern history, in my mind, in modern memory for me. And I think it is another one of those things that, does the State of the Union mean anything? What it means is messaging. Are people watching it? Yeah, a lot of people are watching it. And what you saw was this person who everyone keeps saying is too old to do the job and too senile to do the job, outfox all these young, fucking social media sensations, which is what essentially Marjorie and Lauren and Matt Gaetz are. They're not policymakers. They're social media sensations who have a platform enough to get their hands into the levers of politics. But what Biden shows is that someone who is not a social media sensation, who is a career politician, which I know is a bad word, but is a career politician who knows how to message things, and who knows, sure, he stumbles over things, but he knows what he's doing, and he knows how to fucking, to pull these levers. And I'm just like, I'm until something really bad happens on his watch. What's the worst thing that's happened on his watch? Afghanistan. But even that also was a good thing.
That wasn't his deal either.
So it's like
100%.
Like,
that was
what has been the disaster of the Biden administration?
I mean, can we ask what Cinema's angle is? Can we say she's one of the atrocities out of the Biden?
Speaking of angles, those shoulders last night, Mom.
What is her deal? What is her deal?
You know what I hated? You know what I hated when Biden was talking about protecting the rights of LGBT people? They showed her.
Yeah.
Tina Smith is a real homosexual. No offense to Kristen Sinema, who I don't want to take on the bi community, but to me she's the prototype of the not really. You know what I mean? She's a fake bisexual.
She campaigned on like religiously ambiguous bisexual future leader for the community, and then she got her job, and all of a sudden she starts wearing a cross. But then she's gonna like break out these wigs and vote against Democratic policy during that time. Like bitch, you're gonna get primary, bitch. You're gonna. Primary,
but she can't get primary because she's independent anyway. But still, she's a trust.
You're out of work, bitch.
She's gonna lose one way or the other, but she might take us down. She might give the Republicans a seat, but who knows? Who knows? But
this was a bipartisan fucking listen, like Biden got applause on both sides. He got a couple of full room ovations. You know, he didn't give the Medal of fucking Freedom or whatever to goddamn Rush Limbaugh.
I know. I mean, like people were talking about how he politicized. Oh, Biden, he's putting Tyree Nichols' parents up there. That's politicization, and sure, it's exploitation of people in their grief. But it's like, you know, like I have a feeling they weren't forced to go there. I have a feeling they were like, we're happy to. I don't know, happy, but we will go to highlight the fucking atrocities that are continuing to happen to Black people in the street at the hands of police. But, you know, Trump gave the medal of fucking honor or freedom to Rush Limbaugh during a State of the Union. How fucking terribly political is that?
Stage 6 cancer at that
He was dead.
So it wasn't easy fucking wheeling his zombie ass up to those goddamn seats. So you know that cost taxpayers some money.
I have to say, there was a moment when I was like, who's this fucking asshole in the hat? And I was like, oh, Paul Pelosi, he's covering up his hammer scar. That actually is fine. He can wear a hat. But yeah, you know, it was overall good. Overall good stuff, you know.
You can't not sit there and not be able to tout bipartisan shit. Like when he thanked all the Republicans who signed onto the infrastructure and all the people who didn't, because they're still cashing in on that money.
Yeah. They'll show up at the groundbreaking. He said that was good stuff. I mean,
I'm like, this man is on fire. Like they gave him a cortisone shot. Like she is going. You know, she got B12. You know what I mean? She got one of those like fucking IV things that they give the hungovers.
And it is this thing. It's like, you know, I mean, Trump was fucking ubiquitous. He couldn't go 6 minutes without having to call up a show to talk. You know, he needed to be there all of the time. And a lot of people still kind of criticize Biden for not showing up for not just being plastering his face over everything, just not fucking showing up to the opening of every envelope, as they say. And he was just, every month or so he comes out and everyone's like, oh, we haven't seen him. We know we've been hiding him away because he's decrepit. And so he's going to shit his pants and his dentures are going to fall out. We know what's going to happen. And then he does that. And it's just a very effective use of his time. I continue to be kind of impressed. And, there's a lot of staffing changes that are going to come up. So we'll see what's happening. He's got a new chief of staff and all that stuff. And we'll see where it goes. But at this point, I don't know what the alternative is that we're craving on our side, who's the hot new young thing that's going to come and be the progressive wonder kid that's going to do everything that we want and beat the other side. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
But also what I think America wants is, remember, Trump's presidency was a revolving fucking door of employees from beginning to end. So, and it was like he let that kind of TV in because he is a fucking TV personality and he knows that kind of mentality or whatever. So we're not getting that with this president. And there's people who are chomping at the bit because they're not interested in the actual nuts and bolts of politics. That's not what but they want to feel included. And that's what happened with Trump. He let you feel included because you were able to yell at just anything. And at this point, because you don't know, because there's no outlines like Beverly Hills fucking housewives, champagne in the face moments, and it's literally just policy. People are like, well, this isn't fun for me.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Season 2.
You're doing a bad job, Biden. You're doing a bad job.
But season 2 is going to have all of that. We're going to have Hunter's laptop. So we're going to get a lot of splashing. And
Hunter's giving it over.
He's giving it over.
He's like, look at it. He's like, please do this, do this, do this.
Find it. So, and that's why Hunter's so cool. He's like, look, I had a lot of fun and it was problematic. Look, I'm not going to lie and not say it was problematic. And you know why it was so problematic? I was on crack.
We did not speak.
I was on a lot of crack. And so I want you to know. And so I want you to know that mea culpa, my bad. But you know what I wasn't doing? pretending that I was running my father's show, like Trump's rat kids. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I have, and not to say that I'm black because I'm Hunter Biden. I'm not black, but also, people do take crack and cocaine very differently. And Donald Trump Jr. has definitely been doing cocaine. Okay. There's no way he's not doing a lot of cocaine. I'm Hunter Biden doing crack. Okay.
Well,
and I think that they should be policed similarly.
speaking of other prideful moments, I guess
George
I want to
Santos?
give a shout out to the Satanic Temple.
Ooh.
Because you know what? Here's the thing: the Satanic Temple really got in there, and they're like, "Listen, we're a religion, and because we are a country based on freedom of religion, it is recognized." They are recognized. They get all the same, the tax-free, they get all the same privileges and rights that every Catholic cult or Mormon fucking bullshit temple nonsense or whatever fucking fake thing you bow to. It's the same. But they're flexing, and they opened up an abortion clinic in New Mexico, which, come on, if you're gonna get an abortion, why not in the scenic landscape that is New Mexico? You might get to see a hot air balloon as you go and destroy the fetus.
Hail Satan. It's not actually a hot air balloon. It's a fallen angel.
That's right.
And it is descending very fast.
Ascending. That is your womb. But here's the thing. Not only are they opening up because body autonomy is in their Bible, in their good book.
Hail Satan.
And so it's like, hey, if you need an abortion, that's up to you, bro. So Satan.
Hail Satan, bro.
And
lady, bro.
So, but they're so respectful because they what I like about the Satanic Temple is they acknowledge history in the past, you know what I mean? And so, like, in the 1950s, Sam Alito's mother got pregnant with him.
Hail Satan.
And there was no choice for Sam Alito's mom to abort because there was no abortion. And so unfortunately, as a result, we got Sam Alito.
Right.
So out of respect and homage to the mother, they've named it the Samuel Alito's Mom's Satanic Abortion Clinic.
Really rolls right off the clit. I'm proud. First of all, again, hail Satan.
What is the acronym or whatever? Is it one?
I don't.
SAMSAC.
Say it one more time. It's Samuel Alito's Mom's Abortion Clinic.
Samuel Alito's Mom's Satanic Abortion Clinic.
Well, I'll tell you that it doesn't really form anything, but maybe maybe in true satanic nature, if you turn it around or play it backwards, it says kill Samuel Alito. I don't know.
100.
Or, and which I don't promote, but I do want you to hail Satan. Yeah, cool. Thanks. I love that. I just love that a religion, like the religious loophole is is strong and well.
I love
satanic cult.
Like when I love driving across this hideous country and seeing new bridges and new roads. I like that because that's a functioning government. Like I also like to see a functioning religion, you know what I mean? That is doing things to actually help the greater good. And for that, I say, hail Satan.
The Satanic Temple is really putting the fun back in functional religion, I will say.
That's right.
So give it up.
That's right.
For them, get all your abortion pills from them, mommy.
Well, we are done here.
Sounds about right.
You want to tell people where they can find you?
If you're watching on YouTube right now, I believe Steven was it. I do have a show tonight. It's called Motherload Comedy. Find it on Instagram. I'm posting about it. RN. If you're listening, that was last night. and I'll have some new shows in the mix soon. Please follow me on Instagram, Casey Ley, Ley. If you don't know how it's pronounced or spelled by now, try harder.
Yeah.
You're misogynistic and homophobic. Speaking of which, Tony.
Y'all, if you like GPHH, then please tell your friends about us, because spreading the word is like herpes, effective, Anyway, find our iTunes page, subscribe to the show, rate the show, leave a comment about the show, tell me more about my eyes. Remember, I do a weekly show in Los Angeles every Wednesday. It's called Battle Babies. It's at Stash in West Hollywood. The show is at 10 p.m. So come on out. I am the Tony Soto Show on Instagram and TikTok. And if you want to follow any of the drag shit that I do, follow Instagram, Tony Soto Productions. She's all over the place now. And we'll be back again next week. So goodbye.
Meow.
Wow.